Yes, thermite explosives. That's what they do, man. They burn at those insane temperatures. Yeah, they liquefy and cut it. It's like a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah, I think it was the Dark Lord that was responsible. The Sith.
It's and the observed temperatures from like outer space of the site that it was still smoldering hot like a month later. It's pretty weird.
I think
Yeah, that's what I mean, and that was just from the fall of it.
No, okay.
I love this, and it fell a long way, and it was so fucking much energy that shit was just molten for months.
When a thing falls that fast and hits the ground, that causes a mass extinction event. It doesn't just purposefully.
No mass extinction event.
It doesn't purposefully select the one other building owned by Larry Silverstein that happens to be bone dry.
Well, that argument that why this building and not another, it's like, well, why him and not me? Like, it's like.
No, because the force that would hit the ground to do that to the steel is ripples outward,
right?
In
like
a
an
concentric
earthquake.
circle. It doesn't funnel in one fucking direction where it's the most dry. Again, it doesn't make sense what he's saying. Just on like
this does remind me of seriously like playground arguments where it's like, no, A squared B squared equals C squared. Like, come on, man, you don't fucking get it. Like,
well, it's just again.
So how are we gonna do this 30 minutes?
This tight 30.
This tight 30. What's our outline?
All right, Google. Well,
we're here in New York City Nights again for what God knows.
Do
you have one?
Later.
Yeah, don't.
Okay, so I'm who I am, and someone else is to my left, and then there's another person to my right.
Little Lord Fauntleroy.
LLF.
Daddy.
The Dark Prince, the Little Prince, and the Savage Prince. So we're here to
review your porn watching habits.
Well, I mean, I don't want to really bring my porn watching habits up for discussion, although I will just say that I've done a lot of research in the last few weeks on really it's more like American attitudes, because I find porn to be a good barometer of public taste and morals, and sort of lets us know in what direction the culture is heading.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, keep saying your stupid.
So, and quite frankly, you can look at porn from the 70s all the way through now, and it's gotten quite a bit more definition is involved, right? And it's the same acts, but when you look at something from the 70s, it's kind of it's soft focus. There's not so much close up emphasis on, say, penetration, or even assholes that distend like woofers. That kind of stuff just didn't come across. But it does strike me how even in those older videos, the action and is raunchy. The girls are forward. There's anal being had. So it's basically the same acts. It's just what's changed is the presentation and the aesthetic, as it were.
I remember the Pig Keeper's Daughter from. the Pig Keeper's Daughter from 1973. You had, and it was took place at a farm, and the girl, she had like a nice red and white polka dot outfit she was wearing. She had but then she just tucks this little piglet up under her skirt, and that little piglet just starts going to town, and she really enjoys it.
And that's risque bestiality. I think has not come yet to the mainstream. It's still out there. I've seen some videos that I can't forget, and I think that.
I think we're an anti-bestiality podcast.
I mean, it remains to be seen, but it's definitely something that's on the fringe. So what I guess prime modern development in pornography is this what's called hentai, or cartoon porn. It's largely differentiated in my experience between 3D sort of pseudo-realistic porn, and then there's also porn that looks more like it's a cartoon. Or manga, something like this.
I was promised something different. I wanted.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that was of interest. That was
Googled depression, and hentai terrorism,
and
that's what I got.
We're you can't see, unfortunately, right now what we're looking at, or maybe fortunately.
Hentai brunette blowjob.
But I remember a couple of years ago when we were together here.
Idea.
I hadn't really looked at much of this hentai, much less been really been hypnotized by it.
Is there 9/11 pornography?
And there's some bestiality in hentai actually. There's a whole company called Wildlife that has cats having sex with other cats, humans having sex with cats. There's some really good noises because even though the video is quite detailed and good,
Humans having sex with cats.
the sound is on a loop.
I don't want.
No, because it's like you have like a bowl just going over and over again.
I think it's a good way to deconstruct the porn is to hear just the sound.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. You might find yourself, you're a little afraid of this because you might find yourself watching some.
No, I think again. It's I feel bad for the things that don't want us to mess with them.
What do you mean, the animals?
The animals.
Oh, but these. So you don't have to feel bad for any of these things because they don't actually exist.
Oh, it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon. Yeah. No, I'm not interested in looking at someone taking their pleasure with Fido. But it's interesting to me that and I've read a little bit about this. What some people say they really like is that it doesn't have like the messiness of real women and so on.
The cartoon version.
Yeah.
Well, here's a squid. So this could be our theme song.
The sound needs to be is looped there.
That could just be in the background.
That's kind of crazy. Although it's nicely drawn, I must say.
Yeah.
I like those colors. So this is that wildlife.
Got the bird in there, the wild bird.
But I could, I've seen this.
Okay, that's a little loud. All right, what do you got on your phone over there?
Hold on.
I don't have anything. Let's
Hear that? That's all you ever get out of these guys.
The bull.
Yeah.
I actually don't even know how to review this.
Wait.
Like, this is just a loop.
That's annoying.
Okay, that's terrible.
See how? I'll tell you. See how her legs are floating there? Her legs are off of the ground, and they're sort of like, she has no purchase. I find that to be.
That might be the most fun part of this animation. Or like
it's the best part.
No, it's the legs.
The legs, yeah.
The drooping flesh.
Yeah, it's good.
So what is the racial element of this video?
I think it's just, it is there.
There is a racial thing happening here.
But it's not. I mean, they have...
Now, is this considered ASMR?
I don't think so, but yeah, there is that element, right?
What is
I just
that?
want to hear just the bull. I don't really actually want to hear her.
It's a bull.
Just the bull.
Yeah, just the bull.
So, what would you give that on a scale? I would rate the legs.
Minotaur threesome, it's called.
Okay. That's 4 out of 5.
I think it's 4 out of 5. That's got high quality. It's good. It's pretty good production value. It sort of loses some rating points for the loop of the audio, but in another sense, that's really what brings it home for me. The like recurring, but in general, I find the loops to be kind of lazy.
Wait,
how long of a loop is it?
So what is this whole? So monsters are a thing.
Oh yeah, they are. That looks like Seamus. But maybe not. There's
that's sort of similar to
that's
the
Black
one
Widow
that
from
you have.
Overwatch.
What's happening to her?
It's like
She's being penetrated from below. It looks like.
Whoa.
like an alien it's like an alien monster of some kind.
Yeah. There's
So like
the
that,
Joker's girl.
like in Aliens, the movie, they have that thing that bursts out, and sprays the spores, kind of.
So what is?
Yeah, the chest burster.
Yeah.
This is pretty hard to review without being able to actually see it.
No,
think.
I don't think you need to see it. So that was a series of women being penetrated by large monsters.
And it does sort of beggar understanding when you think of who could possibly find this
Confessions
interesting, right? I mean, can you see yourself watching this?
with your son.
No.
What happens if your wife walked in on you showing your son hentai?
Yeah.
Would you get divorced? Would you go to jail for that? Can you show your child hentai?
I don't. Yeah, that's a good question. Can you? You can't show your child pornography, can you?
I'm sure you could.
I don't think so. That seems like grooming or something weird.
I mean, I don't. You could probably do it easily.
I mean, you
without
could,
somebody
but
knowing.
it's not legal, is it?
I don't know. I think it's probably. I don't know. I don't think it's. Yeah, I mean,
It might
it's bad.
be. I think it might be
It
illegal.
Could be.
It
Yeah.
seems like.
Definitely, if that, it would be a mark against you in any kind of.
Be frowned upon.
In any kind of proceeding, you probably any kind of custody proceeding, it wouldn't play well, probably.
So you think it would come down to that right away,
Yeah.
like you were watching hentai, with say I had a child was watching hentai with my youngling.
Yeah.
That if my wife came
My
in,
youngling.
it would be grounds for immediate separation. What if I just said,
Well, if she already
I didn't want to leave him by himself, but I really needed to do this.
if you were already in a separation procedure, and she had, she took a video of you doing this and showed the court,
Well, that video that would
sure,
be damning for sure.
I'm sure that would, that would hurt your chances.
Can you show the court a video of you showing a video to your child watching porn?
I think the court would also assess. But I think at that point the court would probably send a psychiatrist to assess your functionality as
Sounds
a parent.
fun, actually. So the internet has to say,
And if you were found unfit and there was no other person, then the state would just take over custody.
right? That's pornographic right
So
away.
not illegal necessarily, but definitely you would lose custody.
Texas law: it's okay to show porn to your kids. This is according to the Dallas Morning News. Texas has no shortage of amazing criminal justice stories. State law says it's okay to show pornography to children as long as they're your children, and the stuff is otherwise legal.
Is this stuff legal? The monster cartoons?
Yeah, it's legal, definitely. Her 3 grade school age daughters were living with their dad earlier this year when he allegedly got liquored up late one night and showed 2 of them porn on his computer. Hey,
Wait.
come on, this is good. They later told a counselor, who alerted authorities.
Wait, their dad did they say the phrase in the news article, liquored up?
They do. They say allegedly got liquored up late one night and showed 2 of them porn on his computer.
The dad?
Yeah, the dad.
Showed his sons.
And then our discussion, daughters. Our discussion was about the invasion of privacy into the home, quote, and being a parent and wanting to teach my child about sex, he told me.
Wait, that's the dad?
This
now?
is an El Paso Democrat who is talking about the law that says it's okay to do this. Who in the hell is the government to come and tell me what I can show to my children? Sexual materials that parents show their children needs to have a legitimate educational purpose. Little girls were shown images of 3-way encounters, among other things. Their mom said their father had 3-way encounters and it happens to be with 2 children. Very suspicious.
And
Their father,
life.
their father, she added, told them not to tell others what they'd seen or I will never trust you again.
The dad was getting ready to rape them. I mean, that's just a fact.
Oh God,
That's
bad, right?
But this is being enshrined by law as being okay.
Well, it's okay. I mean, what was the point of having kids way back in time? To have sex with
To work
them.
the farm.
Yeah, to fuck them and work them, to breed them.
To work them, maybe. I think
to breed them. They were currency. You sold them. That's
you
how.
you sold them, right. But you weren't yourself, weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole beginning of the Bible is Moses getting drunk and raped by his children. Like, that's all that happens in that book.
He gets raped by
He
them.
gets raped by his children.
I thought he raped. He did some. Or he didn't do any raping.
Everyone rapes Moses.
Yeah, and that's why God was always so that he was God's chosen one, because God liked to bottom.
Yeah. So Ham raped him. His daughters raped
leave Ham
him.
alone.
So Moses' own daughters raped him.
Yeah, they got him nude.
They did. They were liquored up, weren't they?
He was liquored up.
He was liquored up, right? They took advantage.
And they took it, and that was a 3-way encounter.
Good God.
Hopefully that happened in Texas. It's disturbing. I would say that the monster, what appeals from a monster perspective is possibly the like wholly grotesque nature of the beast that's doing the slamming, because it might be assumed that when one's watching pornography, the viewer takes on the role of the well, depending on who you are.
Maybe the beast is a sort of an abjection of your sexuality. You are abjecting that, and then it's manifesting in its bestial penetrative form.
You have this huge, enormous cock, but you are also like a demon that's just like, otherworldly because of your perversion and desire. Like it makes
hentai is a Japanese word that translated into English means perverse.
Yeah.
Sexual desire. It's porn that comes in cartoons, anime, or manga format. And it's one of the most popular kinds of porns for millennials, young adults, and children.
Well, that's another disturbing aspect. It's like the cartoons that you watched after school. It's the same look.
This is from Why Millennials Love Anime and Hentai Pornography from Psychology Today.
Yeah, let's hear this, because
and then so in the middle of this article is an ad for a Sarah Health mental health treatment in and outpatient. Look at that. That guy doesn't need any mental health. Look at him.
He looks happy.
He's happy. He's handsome.
Once you get on the treatment,
that is true.
He's taking
You're like,
the pills.
I can be that guy.
So hentai, NSFW, remain the second most popular term on Pornhub. Needless to say, this is a trend that is likely to stick, as hentai porn attracts both young and old. Old in the sense that long-time porn users often need more stimulating material and different types of porn for arousal and intensity, as they have hit a certain level of tolerance.
I'll second that. I usually start with the hentai and then graduate onto the real pornography, because it's the hentai's not. It's not quite porn enough.
Hentai, you're like, here I am. That's me. That's the monster. But this girl, likes it. I could find a girl like that.
Well, that's just the classic porn trope, right? That they like it.
Yeah.
But I think the hentai gives us access to a certain enormity that, even though it's almost cartoon-like in some of the real life videos, I mean, nobody has like an 8-foot long penis, right? But in hentai they do.
Right.
So. Those go carry on, Randy. I'm interested to see what the experts have to say.
Well, it is common for monsters, demons, animals, giant insects, and plants to rape cartoon women. The age of the girls is often ambiguous, but what is common is hentai porn showcases the characters as sexually innocent. And because the imagery is in cartoon animation form, these illustrations of fictional characters do not constitute child pornography.
Loophole.
You can show them to your children.
Really, it says that.
Kids will gravitate to this form of porn, believing it's less harmful since they believe no real human is being exploited. But critics would argue hentai porn is linked with regular porn, since hentai porn duplicates what can be found in regular porn as well.
Well, I mean, that's arguable.
So you are right. Maybe everyone is just so fucking stupid. Like, why is this written?
Well, I mean, imagine if you know nothing about it, right? And you're just like, what's up?
I know nothing about hentai, and I'm on Psychology Today, and like,
honey,
no.
I caught Sarah looking at this most disturbing video. It was a caterpillar whose frontal area was an enormous pussy, and she was being fucked by a walking stick that was 14 feet long, with a handrail for a dong. And I don't know what to make of it. You mind pulling up Psychology Today, seeing what they got to say on it, honey? Because
Asian compare. Okay, so this is under the headline embarrassment.